and in the end we woke up to a £17,200 win. And yeah, the look on our face was absolutely just insane.
I'm Sean. I am 24 years old. I've been trading the foreign exchange market since I was actually 18. I taught myself from home, and it was a rocky journey, and then I came across this guy called Nat online who was also doing the same thing.
Yeah, my name is Nat. I'm just recently turned 26, and I've been trading since I was 19. And yeah, just like Sean said, we kind of met at an early age in our trading career, and this is how we formed AstroFX.
Yeah.
I'm actually an only child. It was, you know, I just kind of learned everything myself. I'm from quite a strict Asian household, so yeah, I was going to program things a particular way. And I think I only kind of realised and woke up a few years later in life.
Yeah, my upbringing was a little bit different. I'm actually from Merseyside, not actually from Birmingham, but we'll get into that later on. Upbringing was okay. No one really in my family have the entrepreneur mindset, or basically everyone in my family is employed. And as soon as I left school, I jumped straight into employment because I didn't really know any better. Same with Nat, really, as well. He has a little bit of a different journey from me. My upbringing was pretty decent. Well, both of our upbringings were pretty decent. You know, we weren't beaten or anything like that as children, despite our mad antics at times. But to be fair, you know, it was all right.
Actually, a really, you know, like quiet, sensible kid. Even that's quite hard to believe now. Yeah, I was always quite a shy kid. Again, not having any brothers and sisters. It took me a while to make friends. And then, yeah, I'm kind of probably the opposite of that now.
What was I like in school? Well, the times I actually arrived to school. School from around the age of, well, probably about year 8, year 9, I kind of went off the rails a little bit. I didn't really, I'm still to this day, don't really agree with the system and education and stuff like that, because it's just a path to slavery, so to speak, and a monthly wage and so on, which me and Nat are not really about. And we try and endorse that through a lot of our videos and trading and so on. But my school, I wasn't really the one to fit in with other people, to be fair. As I say, I was hardly ever at school. The police were always at my door and stuff like that. I had a little bit of a rough period between the age of 13 to 16, which I look back at now and I learned many lessons from. But I was quite the quiet person, quite more of a reserved person. I still probably am still. But yeah, left school, then I jumped straight into college, and here I am now. Family wise, when I was, after I had my first job, this was just before I got into FX. Now my journey is a little bit different to Nat's, but this was before I even knew Nat. I lost my job. I got sacked basically because I lost interest in going to work every day. It was like Groundhog Day and so on. I got sacked, did the walk of shame, and I was actually contemplating going in the Marines, and I was so close because I passed all my tests and so on, and I was so close to just going down there and just getting away. I just couldn't handle factory life anymore. Until I was looking for home-based businesses, look how to make money online and so on. I came across Forex, and I remember one of my family friends actually talking about Forex to me once, because he actually did a course down in London. This was many years back. And you know, I told my mum about it at the time, because that was my mum's close friend who told me about the course he went on. And yeah, she was like, "Oh, it's a bit risky, you know, you have to have proper education stuff." I was like, "Don't worry, I'll learn on the internet." And yeah, she supported me for a while, but after she's seen some of the major losses and some of the sticky situations me and Nat both got in together, then she started to basically tell me to go back to work, and where I could have been if I stayed with my engineering career and all that kind of stuff. And then later on down the line, when things started to really pick up, you know, the family's tone kind of changed. You kind of become the guy who did something well out of everybody else who are still, you know, working and so on. So at first it was pretty salty, which many people can probably relate to when you try and tell people, especially the older generation, you know, I'm trying to make money online and so on. They're like, no, go get a job. So at first it was kind of terrible, but now it couldn't be better, to be fair.
I probably did the worst thing that you could do, being an Asian, which is tell your mum and dad that you want to quit university. For them, it's like breaking the law. So yeah, I was at university. I went for a year. I just did typical business, and then when I kind of came across the FX market through a family friend, I just was like, wow, this is something where the more effort I put in, is the greater rewards I can get. So I just came home and I told my mum and dad that, you know, I just have no interest in university, it's not what I want to do. Obviously they weren't happy with it, and funny enough, a week later was my results day. So I still went to my results day, and believe it or not, I held the envelope in my hand, and people love this story. I held the envelope in my hand, and I thought, if I open it and I failed, I don't want to feel like I did anything else as an alternative, because that will stay on your mind. And I thought, if I open it and I pass, how easily could I be persuaded to do another year and mess around? So believe it or not, I never opened the envelope. I threw it in the bin, and I just drove home, and I was like, I'm going to stick to my decision and just do something different. And then, so ever since then, again, you know, being at home for 2-3 years, and, you know, just basically staring at a chart. My mum and dad, you know, still don't really know exactly what FX is. They're very much old generation. My dad's just turned 70, my mum's roughly the same. So for them, it was just, what do you spend all day staring at the computer for? 2-3 years of no faith. And I think, you know, when we kind of got the cars and the office, and then, you know, I think when people just started to recognize you, that was pretty cool. You know, I had a few people at my family kind of contact saying, can someone teach us what he does? I think that kind of worked my mum and dad up to, maybe he isn't doing that bad. And then, yeah, getting in the office and having a few interviews and stuff like that. Even teaching at university, that was probably the craziest thing. Not teaching, sorry, doing a talk at university. So we did a talk at Sheffield, and I was like, Mum, from quitting university, did you ever think they'd invite me back? And that was it.
Especially when Nat shows all his mum YouTube videos with his face on.
So yeah, that's family for you.
So to this day, you don't know what you got?
As I know, in Sean, we were quite fairly new to the market. Didn't really understand the risks. Again, we just had quite high hopes and dreams, like everyone does that enters the market. I think it was one day, I think I had roughly about £9,000 British pounds in my account. I think Sean had relatively the same. It might have been like £500 more or less.
Yeah, but mine was dollars. $10,000 account. My first trading account when me and Nat met.
Yeah, and anyway, we just kind of fell for loads of things online, which everyone does, and you know, I think our account grew from, I think it was like I said, 8,000 or 9,000 each. I think mine was on 14. I think Sean's was about the same.
12 and a half.
Yeah, so we made that in roughly about a week, and I promise you, we were looking at holidays abroad. I was looking at which cars to get, and
Five-star hotels in Monaco.
Yeah, basically, I kid you not, on one Friday morning. Yeah, let's just say the account was left with about, I think about £1,000 in it, and I remember taking my dog for a walk, and I couldn't even like I couldn't want to talk, but didn't want to talk to anybody, and by the end, me and my dog went to a little field, and I sat there for about half the day, considering what to do from here. So I still remember that day. That's quite a heavy loss for me.
Yeah, because the main thing about that day, and there was many days to follow, and many days prior. But this specific point is when me and Nat both thought we actually made it in the market, which many people do. The reason why we actually had that 9,000-10,000 in our accounts in the first place is because we played on demo for a while, which many people do. May flip the account a few times, 10 to 20, etc., but there's no emotion involved. And what it was with us is we were in the mindset of flipping the account from maybe 10 to 15 to 20, 25, etc., and not really taking any money out and enjoying, you know, our hard work and so on. Especially for the amount of hours that we used to sit at the computer. Me and Nat used to wake up in the morning, 6 a.m. till about 9, 10 p.m. at night, trading non-stop. And because we put so much hard work and effort in, after actually leaving our prior jobs and university, after having that kind of win, even just a few thousand in a week, and then being beat down nearly 10,000, you know, 11, 12,000 pounds, that was a very low point in our lives, because we were then at a crossroads to say, you know what, Nat, what we're going to do now? We're going to have to go apply at Sainsbury's or something like that. So you kind of take a heart straight to the a knife straight to the heart, sorry, in terms of where to go next and who's going to really help you get back on your feet. So that was one of the low moments, but there was many more to follow. We got so many, so many.
This is going back many years ago now. We were actually blessed enough to have an account which was £40,000, and I think we just kind of up and down in the market for a few days, and then we basically placed the trade. It was Euro Yen, wasn't it?
Euro JPY.
It's Euro JPY, and I think basically Sean was planning on going a night out with his friends. I was planning on a night out with my friends, and we were sharing the account. We were kind of helping each other trade, and we entered the trade. And I think the where we placed to take profit, I don't remember the exact points now, but I think it was like 60, 70 points, pips down. You know, from our entry, we would have made about £2,500, £3,000, which we would have thought, hey, this is pretty, you know, this is a good win for us. And then Sean went out, I went out, both got quite drunk.
It was early hours in the morning. I remember there was a Bank of Japan fundamental announcement, and that's normally early hours, and we sometimes go out till early hours. And yeah, we were very, very drunk, and I remember, because you can check your trades, as you guys know, on your phone, and I've messaged Nat, I was like, yes, take profit hit, brilliant, let's meet tomorrow in Birmingham. This is when way before we had the office, by the way, and it turns out that we woke up in the morning, telling the rest now.
So woke up in the morning, and expected me and Sean to hopefully split this, £2,500 each.
Yep.
And realised that Sean didn't actually place his take profit properly, which wouldn't have closed the trade. And in the end, we woke up to a £17,200 win. And the look on our face was absolutely just insane. I actually couldn't believe it. I think I restarted my computer 2-3 times to make sure we were still that was correct. £17,200, closed the trade. And I think that's when me and Sean, even though we spent the money, just because we're in that state of mind, it was, how could I ever go and look at another job again, or any kind of career again, after that kind of win. And we knew it was going to happen every day, but we just thought to ourselves, even if that happens once a month, that's better, and that's more than what we can ask for.
Once every 6 months. I used to work for less than that as an engineer before I got into trading, actually. And that was slaving 40 hours a week, so doing that overnight, especially when you're drunk on a night out somewhere, is quite something to remember, and that's always stuck in our head since then. As Nat said, even smaller wins after that, like £500, £1,000, not just when we're sleeping. The losses are there as well, guys. We're not here to say that it's win-win-win. However, you cannot look at working for £7 an hour again, pushing trolleys around factories and stuff like that. So it was that there which gave us the inspiration to carry on going harder despite what was ahead, and just take everything on the chin. And again, what kept us going was the fear of actually going back to employment and being like the majority.
One of the most crazy things about AstroFX is many people actually see just what they see on social media and think that we just kind of been in the market for a while. Again, we've been in it since 18-19. I've just turned 26, so that's a good few years dedicated to staring at a chart every single day for 12 hours a day, regardless of whether you're up or down. We were mostly down for the first few years, so the journey's been up and down. I think one of the reasons that we got into teaching, which actually goes hand in hand, is because of the amount of times that we went up or down. And the journey has been so, what would you say, Sean?
Volatile.
Yeah, volatile.
That's one word to put it.
Volatile is a good one. And I think, we were just two guys that pretty much had the same journey, which a lot of people still do today, which is go online, type in endless things on Google, and try and type in secrets, try and type in strategies, try and type in any kind of formula that would work. And because we went to the drawing board over probably, I reckon, over 30-40 times, and this is like every month, drawing board, that's what's made our journey so incredible, is that we made all the mistakes and probably had over 100 times we could have quit, and sometimes more I did for a day or two. But then because we got back up, that's probably what makes the journey crazy.
Yeah, so looking back in hindsight at the journey, the amount of experience that was gained from it, people look at us and think, oh, these guys, how can you be doing what they're doing now? They're only, 24, 25 years old, and that's 26 now. But the amount of time and dedication that we put into this for the amount of years, like we were every single day, it was charts, win, loss, gathering as much information and absorbing as much information as possible. So with that being said, the journey overall is very, very rewarding, but there was something inside of me and Nat throughout all of the bad times and the dark times that pushed us on. Now, a lot of people often think, success is from A to B. We certainly thought that on the last question that we just went through. However, you will realise when you actually go out on your own, the reason why not many people actually go and do it, not just in the forex market but in other aspects of business as well, is because you are going to get hit over and over and over again. However, you do find all of the ways in which whatever field you're in does not work. So, as I say, we still got a long way to go in our journeys. Hopefully, we don't just stay here. But yeah, we learned a lot, and that's how life is. It's just a constant, evolution of your own craft and skill.
Now, I'm not to say we're anything special now, but I think whenever I go out in Sean's town for a few drinks or some food, or whenever Sean comes to Coventry, people will then just kind of look a bit different, come up to you and say congratulations and stuff like that. So I think just coming from two small towns to kind of just being people that fit in, like we weren't just outrageous doing something that caused attention, and then getting credit for the right reasons. So people just came up to us and just went, what, even if I don't know you, I'm happy that you're doing well. And people just sometimes good energy, sometimes bad energy, But yeah, just coming from a small town to then, like Birmingham's the second largest city in the UK, and I could probably just walk across the road to Brittany Place and a few people would just go, hey, AstroFX, or I've seen your car here. Just stuff like that. I haven't yet to actually receive any actually bad vibes of anyone that I've run into.
Yeah, not face to face.
Yeah.
Maybe online you'll see that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe from both our towns, but to be fair, as Nat said, we're not nothing extravagant. We're just doing something very, very different to many people out there. And maybe some people, I remember when I first got into trading, I used to post it on Facebook, because we were quite big on Facebook beforehand, not like celebs or anything,
tried to get us
like the
more?
trading communities that were there, the trading groups that we were involved with and so on. And then we used to post charts, and if you don't really know what the hell's going on a chart, you think, what the hell is this guy doing? And many people used to ask me and so on, and then only when things really started to take off, then people from our own towns actually message us and say, you know what, I've been looking at it myself, I've been checking out your website, and people do actively get involved and, let the pride go and ask you questions, and we're always happy to help people who are, giving the positive vibes off and so on. So, as I say, we give a lot away for free anyway, so it's good to see people from our towns recognising that and utilising that information for themselves.
I was actually going to say, the first few students who actually came to us were 2 people from Sean's town and 2 people from my town.
Yeah,
so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was good.
You guys had Mako.
Yeah, Maka was the first.
Yeah. And then there was my friend Tani.
Maka, Tani, then Reese.
Yeah, so,
Reese is from my town, Stafford.
Yeah, so we had a good, few people that we just knew who were kind of, invested in us first, and we still talk to them to this day. Doing well.
What was a life-changing?
Oh wow. This answer could change quite often, to be honest, just because, again, there's so many different roads which we can go down in what we do. But I think the first one was when we actually kind of thought of AstroFX. Again, it could have been so many different things, and then when we got into the market, again, we entered the market because we seen what we felt was quite poor attempts at loads of different things, like, where you go find out what Forex is, any kind of websites which help you kind of learn about it.
Mass confusion, really.
Yeah. This whole industry we weren't really happy with, but we knew it had great returns for anybody. So probably in a few years, we just want AstroFX on anything else that we create just to help people change their lives, even more than it does now. And AstroFX is always about giving back. Like the amount of times that even though a lot of people do see us, kind of driving around and having fun, sometimes I'll go to Starbucks, buy out the whole place and just go feed the homeless around Birmingham. And I've recorded my Snapchat and stuff like that. And me and Sean were even in the midst of actually creating a charity. It's called Hugs, but I'll give you guys some more information about that later.
Helping us give smiles.
Yeah, we create something like that. So it's just more or less Astro being able to, even if we don't profit from Astro, if other people can actually profit, because we're happy with our trading.
Yeah, that's brilliant. So a couple of years overall. Even last year, even 1 year from last year, we didn't really think we'll be here, so to speak, with again a lot of students, trading just getting better and better because it's an ongoing learning practice, and our following on YouTube and stuff's going through the roof as well. So who knows, just in a nice place. We're in a nice place right now, but yeah. So.
Would you say you've made it?
I wouldn't say I've made it at all. No. I'd say we're probably not even 10% along our journey. Only for the amount of years that we put into it, we know where we can be and where we will be. So a lot of people, again, I think in this industry especially, have that 1 or 2 months or that year when they don't think that they've conquered it, and there's they're not really true to themselves for the journey that they're going to have. So I think we've again been recognised amongst the FX community, but our plans are much bigger than that. The reason I make YouTube vlogs and stuff like that is because I want to see more parts of the world and I want to take everyone with me. Sean has his own published book, but these again just small things that we've always had interest in. And any kind of money you make, I think always should relate back to helping you achieve all of your dreams. So trading has been one of them, which is fantastic, but we have many more.
Yeah, definitely. So by the term made it, there's many other terms that I can actually relate to. Made it in having $1 million in the bank, made it of being a happy person in general, made it by giving back to other people, changing other people's lives as well. That's what we're kind of trying to balance out with Astro. We're doing it mainly through social media. Many people may think, oh, look at these guys, flashy and whatnot. I was in my bedroom for like 3 years eating toast, doing nothing. And you know, there's people out there. Me and Nat used to watch traders from over in Malaysia. Remember them guys? And they were like Lamborghinis, but they were just young guys having fun, and they've worked for it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So if anybody feels as if they're a little bit intimidated by the fact of somebody else doing well, then that's just a self-love problem. They got issues because end of the day we all have the same potential, and that's especially what Nat puts in the vlogs as well, and I do that through you, sir. Is that, you know, learn a bit about yourself first, apply yourself, and you can in fact you know, make whatever you want out of your own life.
I was actually gonna talk about a good, just kind of like reflection on what it did for us and what it will hopefully do for other people. So when me and Sean were doing terrible, I promise there's a few guys from Malaysia, Sean might remember the name. We used to just be doing terrible. Huh?
People sound the same.
Yeah, we were doing terrible, and I promise we used to look on Facebook, and these guys used to post. It was just little stuff like Louis wallets, you know, kind of just going somewhere nice to eat, and all we never hated. It was just like, why aren't we there yet? Why are we not there? And then even when I want to quit, they might post something.
And that's like, Sean, look at these guys, 10 of them on a table, all chilling. Like,
Yeah,
the charts open.
And I never hated. So again, now roles reversed almost. Not to, you know, anything on them, but roles reversed. A lot of people look at us like, what are they doing today? So if I can, you know, upload something fun, if I can upload something which I'm blessed to do, then hopefully they're going to go, wait, I won't quit just yet. Let me just give it another few months and another few months, and hopefully they'll have that effect on a lot of people.
Yeah. So overall as well, that made it question. Sorry. When I pay my mum's mortgage off, that's when I've kind of made it.
Yeah.
To give back to my family as well.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a big one.
good. Yeah.
So I hope that answers that question.
That's it. Amazing.
Thanks, guys.
Cool.